is go about doing things as usual. Go to work and then go home, and don't hang out with a lot of people. Crowds over 50 people is prohibited now.
Yeah.
We will see. But I mean, if you go out on town there's no one out. It's like a wasteland.
Wow. Well, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, there's I guess there's people getting stuff and then going home because they seriously want to shelter in place. And then there's people like me are just going to work as long as possible until someone tells us to stop. You know?
Yeah, you have to place food on the table, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And pay your bills. So that doesn't go away. You disappeared. Now you're back.
Oh, you lost me?
Yes.
Oh, that's probably that was probably the technical. I call it a technical burp. We are now live streaming. That's when the connection actually started.
So what's this Jitsi thing then?
I love it. It's trying to be like the MeWe of video chat, where it hangs on to nothing. You just hit start meeting now, and you have this, and then you copy the link and you give it people, and then you come here, and then on the right hand bottom with the 3 dots for other functions, you got start recording, start live stream, share a YouTube video. And when I saw start live stream, I was like, whoa, I've been looking for this.
It's cool.
Because it will now, I don't need a secondary software to record the show either, the session, because there's a start recording button. You know, I've been flipping back and forth between Bandicam and this, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
So the Jitsi Meet for video chat, online video chat, and gameplay I highly recommend it from what I'm seeing. I haven't seen anything to say no to yet.
Yeah, because my regular group, we will do this as well.
Hey, Randall, you want to turn off your audio? I know it's got to be you because you get this horrible feedback. So if you could just mute yourself. He's not listening. He's not listening. I shouldn't be surprised.
But you can.
I can mute him, right?
I tried to.
You tried to and you couldn't? I can. Because I'm the boss. I'm the boss of us. I'm the dungeon master. I can mute him. I'm the dungeon master.
Boom. Yeah, so maybe I will try this because I have a few sessions left on my adventure before leaving for someone else to take over our group. So this was kind of a neat, I think. I've been checking out Roll20, and I think it's fiddly, and I don't think it really adds anything to the game.
I agree. I haven't touched it with a 10-foot pole. The only reason I know how to use it is because I've had to play when I've wanted to play some games, and it's always unfortunate. And I'm necessarily not looking for a Dungeons and Dragons game. That's just what's available.
Yeah.
With the people that I would want to play with. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I have been. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I got a lot of talking to do today, anyway.
Yeah, I've been playing it as well, mostly Delta Green and Call of Cthulhu, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, you can have your character sheet there and put up clues and maps, but I don't think it really adds a lot. I
Hmm.
think it's fiddly, and the sound quality is terrible. So you have to use like Discord or Hangouts for sound
Hmm.
anyway.
Yep, that's why I have a
So
Discord channel. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. I don't think if it wasn't for that. Yeah, it is fiddly. I now compare and contrast it to what we do here, which is the polar opposite. I'm offering nothing, but you know, I guess just a role playing game as it would be played at a table
yeah, I think
with
that's cool. I think it's nicer, and we can concentrate on playing and not fiddling with technical stuff, except maybe cameras and microphones at times. But
yeah, 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 and hopefully those go away soon. Even, but you're right that it opens up the space to interaction, more interaction with the players. You
yeah,
guys are talking things out and deciding what to do. Um, People are less apt to tune out as a player, I think, to the game. Because you can just kind of space out to the grid and feel that, oh, I'll just jump in when the action is necessary. I don't need to listen to the whole thing. And I feel we're all invested in about every minute of the game. Very few people, and I don't know if you've ever checked out. I don't know. I haven't. I can't. If I have, you've seen it. You've seen a blank, dumb look up on my face.
so you starting up another game, Gamma
No.
World or something? No,
Yeah, Randall. That's Randall's game.
Randall. Ah,
Yep. Yep. We
okay.
played the first one Friday evening, and he hasn't DM'd anything, in over 30 years, let
Okay,
alone
yeah,
play or DM. And he did fine. I knew he would.
yeah.
It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
No,
He's like, you know, he was quickly messing with us very hard. There was
that's
no
cool.
delay. But Gamma World is one of the few games that'll get me to jump to want to be a player. For some, it must be just some of it's nostalgia because it's the I got BX for Christmas, but I bought Gamma World. I saved money and I went in there and I got that sucker and I was so stoked.
Yeah, I had it as well. I had the first edition, the gray
Hmm.
book. I bought it used, so I didn't get the box, just the book. But
I had.
it,
Mhm.
it, I never liked it a lot, and my players didn't like it either. So it
I
kind
can
of
see that.
ran out into nothing.
You have to be a fan of Commandy,
What's
Last Boy
that?
on Commandy, Last Boy on Earth. I think this is the main. It's a Jack Kirby when he went over to DC,
Yeah,
and Commandy comes out of the bomb shelter after the apocalypse, and everything's changed. And I think this is the touchstone that comic book series for Gamma World. And I was introduced to Commandy at my local barber shop because
ah,
Charlie the barber was a very smart man. He would throw comic books in the waiting room. So guess where all the kids wanted to go to get their hair cut? I'll go do it if I can go to Charlie the barber.
that's
And
cool.
and I read a bunch of Commandy there. Yeah, yeah. And so it's imprinted in my brain.
Yeah, I might have read it as a kid. It doesn't ring a bell. I read like Tarzan and John Carter of Mars.
Hmm.
Yeah, the usual comics. Marvel was my favorite back then.
Yeah, I was all in on
Fantastic
Spider-Man.
Four and Spider Man.
Yeah, I was all in on Spider-Man. I mean, there really wasn't nothing that Marvel was doing that I didn't like. I liked Thor. I liked Hulk. I liked Iron Man. I liked Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I fucking love Ghost Rider.
yeah, he was cool. It's cool.
So, and
Nicolas Cage is not.
no, he's not. He's not Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was whoever was drawing him and writing him in the 70s. To
Yeah.
me, yep. And then DC had Batman, and that was it. I would buy
Yeah,
Batman.
Superman, I remember, and there
I couldn't
was
get into Superman. I couldn't get into him.
no, I think that was quite lame as well. I had
Well, it
what
can't
was
be. He can't have been lame, Anders, and here's why: because a good friend of mine really digs Superman. He hates everything from Marvel, and he loves DC, and it's specifically Superman. So there's got to be something there. I mean, I don't read it; he does. So he assures me that Superman is fucking cool. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
yeah, I know there was one like the Avengers. The DC had a similar thing, probably before Marvel made the Avengers, with like Green Lantern and this Robin Hood kind of guy. What's his name? Green Arrow.
Yep, Green Arrow.
And a lot of a
They
collection
teamed.
of. But I
They
can't remember what they were called.
I don't know either, but you they teamed up Green Lantern and Green Arrow a lot. They did a lot
Yeah.
of team up issues of those two guys hanging out. Like just because we have the same color, we're compatible fighting team. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, my short-lived high school champions games had better fucking rationales than that. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
So who's coming today?
Everyone, but Kevin.
Cool.
But you also have two NPCs with you as well that I think are going overlooked, and it's probably because I'm not playing them forcefully enough. They're like a piece of equipment right now. Like you pull them out of your backpack whenever you. I gotta. That's a fine thing though, but you don't want to inject them too much. I don't know. Do the current non-player characters Jean-Ray de Chabanteau and Osa have personality? Do they have distinct personality? Do you have a handle on these guys at all?
Well, I haven't played in a while, so I just have one session to lean against, but I think so.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't in the episode when they went into town and met him.
No. So, what are your position on like henchmen and hirelings and torchbearers and stuff like that in this game? Because we haven't had those.
You can do it's sandbox. You can do just like in the other game you played with me, Anders. If that's something you want to pursue, you can pursue it. I don't have any procedural henchmen, things like that. There's not people waiting, sitting around who want to be a henchman. So if you go hiring people for something, it has to be specific. It has to be, legit or not or whatever. But I would approach it that way in a more realistic manner than that. There's always a tavern and and it's like a golf club bag, and you go and you rattle it around and pick the irons that you want, pull them out, and take them with you, and no caddies or anything like that. So like Chabanteau and Osa are your henchmen right now. Technically, they are. There are other characters that you're involved in right now, and they're stuck in the same situation you are. That's much more satisfying than hiring someone to carry your luggage.
That's cool at times.
So, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Does that work for you?
Absolutely. Actually, back in the day when we were playing, I would always throw in NPCs instead. My players never hired henchmen like that, but we used NPCs instead, and sometimes they became player characters later on. because someone
Yeah,
died.
they were handy as well as that when
Yep.
character death
Yep.
occurred. I wonder if that's a mark that's been missed. Have we been misplaying NPCs? Maybe henchmen got stuck in the system. Henchmen were there at the beginning because there was no other NPC to interact with at the beginning of the game, at the
Yep.
dawn of the game, so to speak. The dawn of the game started in like a very specific place, just like any other campaign. It grew out organically. And
Yep.
then, of course, the ideas and the rules making sense got fleshed
Yep.
out from that.
Probably. So have you had a look at the OSR's new darling, Old School Essentials?
No,
It's
I'm sure it's a lovely book. I'm sure it's great. I I have my BX needs covered.
yeah,
I
I
don't
would
need to
agree.
stick
I
another
actually
penny in it. I don't have to sink another penny in BX.
I actually got the book, and it's very pretty, and it's a nice format, and it's really well written and organized. I would say that's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
strength.
Yep. It's
So
a lot of
I get
people.
the hype. Does it add anything to OSR? I don't think so.
Here's what it adds: new players who've never done OSR before. It's an attractive package that might catch some
Yeah,
fish, like a fish hook
yeah.
with some good bait, and someone looks at it and gets interested enough to say, "I want to run this."
I think maybe it will lure some 5e or like young people who haven't played old school before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of aimed at another audience, I think, than most OSR games like Swords and Wizardry or Basic Fantasy or whatever, are more aimed at
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
old farts like us who played these games back in the day.
Back in the day,
But
we were there
yeah, yeah,
when it was all crazy and stuff.
yeah,
It's like crazy just trying to find the game.
yeah,
For me, I probably heard it talked about for months before I even saw it.
yeah. The first thing I saw in because there was one hobby shop in my city that sold these things, and the first thing I saw was these cool minis, orcs and adventurers and stuff like that. And I asked in the store, "What are these for?" Because at that time we were playing like board game strategy games like Africa Corps and Russian Campaign and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
More
could
like
have got
war
me at
games.
you could have got me around the table for that. There was no one who had war games where I live, and I really jonesed for them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we saw these figures, and the guy in the store explained that you use them for this new game called Dungeons and Dragons. That was a role-playing game,
Mm-hmm.
and we had no clue. So, and I met up with some guys at school who were actually playing this. So that's where I started. But it was for via the miniatures actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we. Sorry about that. I had to toss my cat.
Yes.
I tossed her on a bunch of pillows, though. It's a big, cushy place. That's what it's there for. It's your
So
backstop.
that's your workroom or
This is my
your man
office. Yeah,
cave. Yeah.
it's man cave basically. Yeah, it used to be an office. It used to be an office. I mean, it is my office. This is where I write my stuff, print my stuff, format my stuff. A whole other kettle of fish. Making a making a book is probably the longest art project, most time consuming art project I've ever undertaken.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Uh, but
Uh,
I'm happy I get to do it. I never would have known that if I didn't have these online tools. Well, I guess you can always write, but the publishing side, layout, getting to do layout. There's where you go, oh, there's a whole new time suck.
Yep. And especially when there's quite a steep learning curve with this software if you don't work with these things. I mean, one of my players, he has his own advertising agency, so he's like a wizard with Illustrator and these programs. But for me, it's I always never used them, so it's kind of steep curve.
Good morning.
Ah,
Good morning, Lumen. Anders, how do you say your character's name?
his name is Vicomte de Assignon. You can call him
Assignon.
Assignon.
Assignon. Okay. Because I like to use the character's name, but that one's obviously it's French. I'm an American. It's a really difficult word.
Yeah, it's for me as well. I'm not very good at French anymore. I read it in school, but I know how to pronounce most things anyway. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. It works. What's the use? Role-playing games. I know how to say the words.
yeah.
Its only practical application is yeah.
Yeah, I got that name. It's actually the name of a small village in France. And Vicomte is a viscount. He's no viscount, of course, but
that you got to say it. Yeah.
So
otherwise, you'll be treated like garbage.
Yep. so basically, a swindler and a hustler.
Nice. Doc Holiday. The Doc Holiday of Averone, but you're in good health for now. Maybe I'll inflict some lung consumption disease upon you.
So I'll just shut down this dog of mine.
Okay. Yep. We're here. 12 minutes. 12 minutes to showtime, kids. Morning, Lumen. Okay, here's the deal. Visitation, talking to your God. He said it's the you're getting your communion with the hidden hand is abandon the ring of praxis, and
what? Abandoning the ring of praxis?
Is that what I called it?
I don't know what you said. I was just trying to. I could go. I haven't pulled up my character yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'll let you get
Ring of Calabraxis. Ring of Calabraxis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty itching for that. I can feel it. It's like, like a heroin addict without a fix. It's burning up my insides.
Oh, this is what he says. He says, okay to abandon the quest for the Ring of Calabraxis for now, because I wish Toth was here because it would probably tie in really well too. But the burying of this shrine is let's just say a priority.
Okay.
And that there's got to be something. I think there's something. Yeah. To bring out. But the long and short of the interaction is that as soon as you stray from searching and securing the Ring of Calabraxis, you lose your spell ability.
Like now?
Like you thought your spell ability was being eclipsed by the priest in his church of Zotar, which it may have legitimately been. I never even considered that. But you lost your spell ability because you were moving away from the Ring of Calabasas. You had not fulfilled your quest that was tasked upon you by your god.
Right. Okay.
So now that you're moving back towards the Palace of the Pale Knight,
Yeah.
that's why your magical abilities have returned.
Excellent. Well, that's good to know. I was a little worried. And that poor priest, I just threw him in there because I thought he was fucking with me.
But it was quite a bit of plot simplification. You can't argue that.
As a third level cleric, he doesn't even rank, man. I was like, I had no idea that he was such a peon.
Was he third level? Is that all I gave him?
That's what you told me. I was like, really? I should have just, smashed his face in when I first saw him. But I'm being cool.
That would then you would have legal issues, legal ramifications. That's called murder. In Life Rainier, that's called murder.
Yeah. Yeah, but when it happens in the dungeon, it's not bad, right?
Oh no. Do you feel that you have a pretty good understanding with the Marquis about this?
I don't think the Marquis really minded. I think he actually dug it, actually.
There you go.
They were all unfazed, if I remember. They were unfazed.
They were unfazed. Yep. They were like yep. I mean,
he wasn't celebrating. Yeah, little nod. I don't know what he's doing, but he looked at it. I mean, after I did it, I sort of looked over at him.
Yep. It gives you the what did he say? He just gave the lift of the eyebrow as he's leaning against the table and said, well, that simplifies a lot of problems for me. Thanks.
Exactly. That priest was a pain in my ass.
So that's the deal. And I guess that, and then tread carefully in here because he will no longer be able to reach you. Because this is a place of, unlike the Church of Zotar back in Le Frenier, this is a powerful place. So pick one spell to get back, and then he vanishes. Because the gods of this place have, blocked him out.
So I get one spell. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Because you've cast them all, right? Is that what you were insinuating?
I did. I cast them all.
Like you don't have nothing. Okay, so pick one, and that is your gift from the hidden hand.
I bet it better be a good one.
Well,
Which one?
Which one are you going to pick?
Which one has the capability to save my ass?
I don't know. I don't follow your religion. I'll
Well,
leave you to that, but I don't give a shit.
It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical, Jay.
I know. I'm just trying to work with the material that I'm given, Randy.
Well, I guess. How long is a turn? That's like a minute.
A turn is 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna grab Hand of Hiding.
Okay, Hand of Hiding. That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
it works really well with Save My Ass.
Yeah. Where's the chat? Yeah, here we go. All right, here you go. That is what the hidden hand had spoken to me, and I said I'll take your offering, my friend, my God.
There you go. Looks like you picked the right one, Randall.
I think I did.
You found the cheese out of the maze.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Too bad it doesn't cover, first level fops. First level thieves. It doesn't cover it. You can't quite pull them all in.
No, it doesn't. It's a single activation, right? It only works for one person.
It's just me.
Just you. Interesting.
I think
Interesting.
I think I could cast it on somebody. Yeah, it's a touch, a range of touch.
Okay. Okay, so you could give it to someone, you think? Okay.
I could give it to somebody.
That makes sense. If you're a magic user, I don't know. But yeah, as a cleric, sure.
I lay my hand upon you and I make you invisible to the forces of darkness.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good one for exactly where we are, right? do you
That's
think,
a really
Andrew?
good one, I think. Maybe we can use that your hand to manipulate things here as well.
Well, I just
He
got the
doesn't have
word.
it. He only has one spell. He expended them all against the werewolves.
Ah,
Yeah, I used them all yesterday, at the last session, and we're like basically like an hour from the last session now, right?
Yep. Or
Right.
less. But yeah.
Yeah, less. So I prayed to my God, Anders, and my God's like, well, I can't really help you down here, but here's one little Scooby snack. Take this little
To
token.
try to get you back out alive because he wants you to complete your quest. There you go. I think that's pretty legitimate. That works really well.
yep.
I'm on a mission from God.
Yeah, we noticed last time when you kicked that guy down the shaft.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't in a small school desk. No, that went right over everyone's head. That nothing.
Chased by none.
Nope.
Oh, I got it, man. Blues
Okay.
Brothers, dude.
Sweet. Okay. It was just that lame. It required no comment. Good morning, Veridel.
Hello.
Veridel, look this way. No, he doesn't see me waving my hand over here.
I
Dude.
think you can
Dude.
wave a virtual hand.
You can put your hand up saying that you want to speak.
Ah, cool.
That's a visual thing to say, hey, can I speak now?
You get an audio check.
Yeah, you're in, Veridel. How are you? Good morning.
All right, good
Good
guys. Here we
morning.
go.
Fantastic. We're live streaming. That's a thing.
Like right now.
Yeah. Okay. We've been live streaming for a while. Me and Anders have been shooting the shit just because the only reason is because the first time I set it up and I wasn't going to pause it once I got
Sure.
it going.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And I saw the invitation, and we just changed to summertime tonight, and so I don't have any. I didn't know if the time in MeWe was corrected for that, so I joined in.
I panicked him. I panicked Anders.
Yeah.
That's what I did. All right, we're ready to go. Gabriel's going to do as usual. Would you like to wait for Gabriel?
I don't know. 2 minutes. At least give him like right at the top of the hour here. And
Yep, we're top of the hour. Episode 22, Death Frost Doom. This is going to be a session of Death Frost Doom. It may be a very quick one because, as Veridel was intimating, could be a cut and run situation. It's going to be a great session, man. They're going to Death Frost Doom. Yeah, we're out. Do you know where you are in the dungeon?
Yeah, I do. This is that. It's probably not right, but
That's
this
very
is the
good.
map.
Yep, that works really well. And you're down. Go south.
We're down here.
Yeah, the room to the south is the what was it? An embalming room?
And then there was a little room I thought that had like 4 panels hanging on the wall.
Yes,
and
correct.
it had a book too. And I think you, Anders, went over there and you were leafing through the book. Kind of reckless, I might say, but
Yeah.
No.
What did you there? And there was a vial of liquid time.
Of liquid time.
Yes. Didn't someone take the book?
I'm not aware of that. You guys, as far as I know, have not, besides looking through that book, haven't picked up anything. The embalming preparation room contains 4 stone slabs stained with ancient blood, bandages, surgical tools, and pieces of shaped iron, as well as a podium with a book on it. It also contains 4 spherical alchemical flasks, partially filled with a clear liquid labeled liquid time. The book is in a language. I think I told you is a language you can't read.
Yep.
I think I tried it. I couldn't.
No, you couldn't either. All you know is from your education that this is looks like the language of the Duvenku, an ancient death cult that was banished from the world ages and ages ago.
What's that? The Duvenku?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And their history, as you can see, dates back 9,000 years.
Whoa.
But they were thought destroyed when the world was young. So it seems that they have been, there's been some worship carried on over the generations.
They should have some loot. Is Gabriel
Depends on what's
coming?
down. Depends on what's down here. We don't know. We haven't heard a word from him. But you have the Marquis Chabanteau and Osa there as well.
All right. So our party consists of Osa is his who's Osa?
Osa is the sheriff of Le Fernier. He
Okay.
looks about 17, 18 years old.
What about that old guy, who came with us?
He's upstairs with all the other militia because they're not coming down here. They wouldn't come down here at all.
And how many militia are upstairs?
What is the count?
That's your
There's
job, man.
5 or 6.
there's 6 militiamen, and there was 4 mercenaries, and then Osa and Swit.
Osa and who?
Swit, that's man with the dog Peppers, the war dog, the old man.
Okay, Swit, and he's got a dog. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's all coming back to me.
There you go. And so that's when go ahead.
Well, and Stu, what's your what's your feeling, man?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Kree would show up. I think him and I were leaning towards grabbing these evil items from the bowl, but I was kind of hoping to get his endorsement.
He had a fishing pole.
He says he's
Yeah.
having a fishing pole. We're going to be having a chat about that.
Now I just want to
And I'm
know.
not saying I'm taking anything away. I'm just saying we need to have a discussion about it. But he's not here, so
I'm also a little puzzled about just sort of the end game here, because we went from looking into what Antilex described as those portals or whatever that kept opening back at the Pale Knight's palace, to the Marquis or whoever this guy is being convinced that whoever's in charge of the kidnapping has something to do with this hole in the ground. I'm not sure about the direction, really.
So the Marquis said that down here was something that he needed to go pursue.
he believes that he'll find cultists and kidnappers here.
Maybe he needs to go down the shaft.
He went down with you guys.
No, I mean like unaccompanied at speed.
Or maybe he needs to have an accident while he's down here.
Are you trying to convince him that it's a bad idea to be down here and that you should
Well,
continue?
yeah. I mean, what do you
original
guys
mission?
think? Like, what's the main goal right now? Is it just pleasing the Marquis? Is it do we want to look into the mechanism that allowed the Negamancers to keep opening portals?
We got hired by the Marquis, so I think that's has been driving at least last session. We're his hired, thugs.
I think you're in a situation now where it's been kind of every man for himself. But if you still want to play, yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, that I'm just stating what we came
I never,
down here.
I never understood why you decided to. Well, I guess the pressure was since you guys were coming anyways. You claimed something, so now you show them. It's like a what's that? Miller's Crossing situation. You said you know where the body is. You're taking him into woods to see the body, right?
Well, yeah, he hired us, and I think I don't know who was negotiating that.
They
I
weren't
think it
gonna.
was
They weren't gonna let you not go leave town. I know you don't are aware of it, but I'll lay it out there. They believe you're full of shit.
We are.
They're escorting you out into the woods, but fortunately you guys got overrun by werewolves, so your lives are pretty much spared. Have you ever seen the movie Miller's Crossing?
Yep.
No.
Okay. The setup is a guy said he killed somebody and he was ordered to. And he said he did it, but he didn't. And then the mob boss gets kind of that feeling and he says, hey, why don't you show him where the body is? You go with him. And so they're going out in the woods and they're like, so where's the body? Where's the body? We got to leave a body out here. And he starts throwing up and all that. And then he did there was not supposed to be a body out here. He stumbles across the body. Someone planted a body there, so he gets off the hook. They don't believe there's a palace. They don't believe there's a gang of kidnappers. They think they have them. They're you. You missed all that, I guess.
Yeah. No, I didn't get it. I thought we were just helping the guy out.
He was going to string you up on a tree and watch your neck stretch in the forest.
Yeah, that wasn't really clear at all.
That's
disingenuous.
I thought we were just showing him where the Pale Knight's palace was, and then we somehow ended up. I don't know. Maybe he's just easily distracted, and he saw new shiny hole in the ground and was now convinced that's.
Well, yeah, he didn't believe you
That's
guys.
where,
Now he's starting to believe. He was attacked by a large force. He doesn't believe that they were werewolves. He believes it was bandits.
Well, maybe Veridal, you need to do a changeover and just sort of become a werewolf and show him.
Yeah, I don't know where the lunar cycle is right now.
Okay.
So, have you been bit?
Yes, but I got a little potion from Ansel X. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
No problemo. I can control this.
This is something you guys haven't revealed to the Marquis and Osa, right? Or have you?
Yeah, no.
Are they in on you? You're
No.
in on your
They're not in on much at all. They might not be in on anything going forward, depending on what happens down here in the.
Strictly need to know basis here.
Well,
But
I'm glad we got that sorted out. I played it badly. You didn't pick it up, so what do we do? How do we retcon this? Just keep on plowing ahead. But Osa now thinks he sees proof of the existence of what you guys were talking about, and so he wants to find them. And you're down here, and there's obviously no one's been down here for a very, very long time.
Well,
So,
I'm putting some time bottles in my backpack. How big is that book?
It's a, how do you say it? Grimoire? Grimoire?
Is it huge?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like those big dictionaries.
Can I whip
Like,
out my cell phone? I'm gonna take my cell phone out. I'm just gonna snap some pictures of it then.
That's when you hear the organ. You guys jump because you weren't expecting it. You hear like "Ba-da-da-da," and that big bone organ in the shrine.
Like right now?
It's really loud and it's shaking.
I'm oh, all right, all right. Yeah, indoor voices, Jay.
Just the organ went off. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
I got headphones on. Anyway, I'll turn them down. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna run just what is going on.
There's a farthingale on the organ sitting there trying to squeeze out some tunes on it. So
Who's
then he goes to
Farthingale?
some like unaccompanied jazz. And he goes, clunk, 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 clunk. He goes, yeah, there's something wrong with this key. Clink, clank, clunk. And some things drop out of the bottom. He picks up one of them.
Farthingale, like the guy with like the horn that plays the violin.
Yep. He goes, I still like the violin better. He goes,
Where
I
the
still
fuck
like
did he come from?
I think I still like my horn harp better.
Veridel, where'd this guy come from? You've been in this room.
Yeah, unclear. Faradel's got a bad feeling about this. Hey, before we even talk to Weirdo, Lumen, let's finish this up real quick. So I want to move forward with the plan that Toth was not on board with, but is Lumen willing to hold on to a rope that is looped around the handle of this evil knife, and then if Veridel picks it up and something weird happens, you'll yank the rope?
Yeah, totally. I'm in.
Okay.
The bowl is on. Farthing says I wouldn't touch those if I were you.
We should have a conversation with this fucker because he just showed up.
But where did he come from?
Exactly.
We asked
So
you.
there are 3 NPCs down here now.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Farthingale is a donkey-like creature with a horn that grows out of his head who claims to be a prince of fairy.
Yeah, whatever.
I kind of like
plays
him.
the organ.
He was, that's how you got he is there because he announced his presence by starting to play that creepy organ.
So what did fall out of the organ pipes? You said something fell out when he pressed a certain key?
Yep, I'm looking for it. Yeah, and the so you're up close to him because that bowl with those precious items is sitting on top of the organ, like it's on like the whatever you call it on the organ. So you guys are standing near him, and he says, "I wouldn't touch those if I were you."
I thought it was within the skull altar. No, it was on the organ. Okay.
I think the organ pipes were made of huge bones or something like that.
Yes.
I remember entering into a skull altar and seeing some crazy shit in there, like those the jewels and stuff. But we can put it on the organ. I'm going to walk over to the guy and I'm going to say,
"Oh
hey,
yeah,
man.
no, you're sorry. I'm right. Here it is. My apologies. You are correct. The items that he said don't touch are on the altar. On the organ, the items that fell out that Veridel was very much curious about. It's a small onyx bowl and a sapphire, what they call a dead sign locket. And he puts the locket up in the mantelpiece, and he opens it up. And then he flips the onyx bowl, and it's coming towards you like he was flipping it to you, Veridel. He goes, I think this one will be all right.
I try to catch it.
Okay, you grabbed it. It looks like you got a hold of an onyx bowl worth about 1,300 gold pieces.
Whoa! I
Does
look.
he
I look at. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna look at him and be like, "Great, what are you doing down here?"
I thought I would come down and let you guys in on a little bit where you are, and perhaps you can see while my recommendation of course of action would be great counsel. I'm hoping to convince you of doing something for me, Veridel.
Go
We're in the
on.
death shrine of the Duvenku, the death cult that hasn't been seen for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They're bad news. And the witch, the three who is one, this is her play. This is how she's going to rule Averone. This is how she's going to conquer Averone. She's going to have and the dead souls that are trapped down here released
Released.
And occupy
And
the crypt.
occupy the
Now I'm getting feedback. Okay, now I'm not. And lead an army of the undead. I would like to prevent that from happening. And the only way to do that is to get past the soul parasite and find the tomb of Big Bad Evil Guy. And he's got a cool name, so I'm going to give it to you. Praetor Pontifex Cyrus Caranithrax Maximus.
I'm calling him Praetor.
Praetor has been down here for thousands of years he's one of the greater repugnances. And this is where they were buried. This is one of their forgotten shrines, so they could rise again at some time. The witch is going to be using this. I can get you past the soul parasite. The soul parasite cannot be destroyed because that's where all that's basically where all the souls, the dead souls are trapped. And if you destroy the soul parasite, you'll release them all. And
So what's in it for us?
what's in it for us? What's in it for you guys? Well, you'll always have a place in the ranks of the fairy realm. As I become the dominant power of the realm. So, I'll be kind of a big deal. I am a big deal, right? I'll be a big deal. Yeah, yeah. What else? Ooh, that's why I wish Toth was here. Because this is all Toth's ballywick, but he's not. So he's not, so we don't have to deal with that. There's loot to be had. You can grab all the goodies you want.
And the Marquis down here, like, what's his take on this?
Yeah, he's really shocked about this. He wants to know who this. Yeah, he's like, who the hell is this? What's this? What are you doing with that strange mask on your head? Reveal yourself. And then Farthingay does like one of those little pixie things with the sparkles that come out, and the Marquis collapses around some of the plinths, and he's out.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll just put that guy to sleep for right now. And
So-
Ost is like, by the gods, it's a creature of fairy stepped into real life. I would not have believed it, but if I hadn't seen the sights I've seen tonight.
I look at Osa and I say, "This is like what we do every day, man. We weren't lying."
Does it pay?
Well, we'll find out if we live. So let me get this straight. All right, I'm gonna look at Farthing and say, what exactly do you want us to do? Can you say it in one sentence?
Kill Praetor. Do
And
not
where is
allow
Praetor?
do not allow him to rise again and raise the dead, the armies of the dead.
And where is this Praetor?
He's down here
Oh,
in this
good. So we
tomb.
don't have
And
to
if
go
you
anywhere.
if you can't do it, why do you think we can?
Because the only way to get past the soul parasite is to play when he does a little riff down the piano, the organ, a little ditty, and I'm the only one that knows how to play it. I know the only way to put the soul parasite to sleep to allow you to get by.
A soul parasite.
The soul parasite protects the tomb of the greater repugnances and also contains the thousands and thousands and thousands upon dead souls that would be released if you destroyed it to come back as undead.
Well, glad that Farthing showed up.
And
So,
how do
and
we
it goes,
get
that's it.
out
That's it.
again?
That's it. You're free to go if you want. But
Sorry, Andres. Go ahead.
I ask, how do we get out again?
right
Good
through those
question.
doors, how do you get out? Is that what you asked?
Yes, after taking care of the big bad evil guy, I suppose that we have to pass the soul parasite again on the way out.
Yes. So, as you see, and there's those 12 ice skulls on chains that are kind of dripping.
Yeah.
One of them goes plop. It falls off the chain and goes plop. And so there's 11 more on there. And he goes, these will melt and one will drop each hour on the hour. And on that hour, I will play. And when I play, the soul parasite will be put to sleep, I believe, sufficiently long enough for you guys to pass, its barrier. So that's our cue. Every hour on the hour, I'm going to be playing the tune to let you get by. And it should be noticeable. You should be able to hear it, perhaps.
Sounds like a bulletproof plan to me.
It's certainly engineered. So what are these ice skulls? They're hanging from the ceiling?
On chains.
Nice.
And,
Yeah,
and since you opened the doors, they started to drip and kind of melt a bit. And one of them melted enough to fall off the chain it was hanging on. Just go pop, pop on the stone floor, break like a wet piece of ice wood.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So basically, we have the chance to save the world, and it's on the clock as well.
Correct.
And what happens if we don't?
I foresee Farthing says I foresee the consummation of the three who won the witch's plan, and the Tanglewood and northern forest of Avarone will the neighborhood will go to shit. There'll be a fortress of the living dead for who knows how long.
That doesn't
I don't
sound
want them pulling up the shrubs, basically.
So far,
So what do you guys say?
well, I have a question for Farthing. One more. See, Farthing, what's up with the table and those hands over there? Those things are creeping me out. These tables.
They freak me out too. He looks at him and he goes, they freak me out too.
What are they?
It's a tale too terrible to tell. But if you're really interested, if you really want to find out, and he points to what would it be if he's on the organ, so he spins around and he's pointing to the west wall.
Okay.
There's that door out.
Yeah.
Going, is it that way or north? No, he points to the north. There's a single door leading
Yes.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's in there you should be able to find. I think there's an item that would allow you to read the script of the Duvenku.
I'm in.
I nod towards the bowl of evilness, and I ask him, "Hey, you mentioned loot. These look nice and shiny, but why wouldn't I want to touch them?"
You'll be cursed. They are cursed items. They will only be safe to handle only after they've been blessed by a priest of some power. That's a cleric spell.
Got it. I assume that's beyond Lumen at this point.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. Never seen him before, man.
So you can either go start looking for something to allow you to read the script of the Duvenku, or head into the tomb, or I guess leave Farthingay to his jam session as he figures out something else to do to save the fairy forest that he loves so much.
So if I had to justify motivation, it sounds like even if I want to get out of Averone and back to Rom'Myr, Averone, the world of Averone probably shouldn't end in the meantime. So, I guess I'm on board hesitantly.
Yeah, I'm on board.
I don't have a good feeling about three of us going in there for this, but
I'm on board as well. I think we can be heroes.
Well,
and we can find loot and riches.
If the first level thief thinks it's a good idea, it must be.
I'm not very intelligent, you know.
Well, all right. Lumen
So,
is extremely intelligent. He has a speech to make. Okay, you ready? Says, we cannot let this world end because there are many, many who do not know the bliss of the hidden hand. And I would trespass against my God and his wishes if I let all these souls and I denied them passageway into the divine. I find this place to be full of evil, and I see it as my sole task to rid the world of evil and to usher in a golden age when all can hold hands in the light of the spirit.
yeah, whatever.
And then I just go over and I just open up the north door.
and not to metagame, but here we go metagaming. Like Veridel, you're saying you're very, we're down 2 regular party members, and you're hesitant to go into some of the big site locations without the full crew, and I perfectly understand.
Okay, I've paused at the north door. I haven't quite opened it yet.
Yeah. No. I'm saying this direction. It looks like you want to go try to find the thing that allow you to read the script, and you're hoping Anders, your character, is going to find loot. Might be a great session today.
Fair
I
enough.
think that we should find first, before proceeding, we should probably find that reading thing, because I think we will have great use of it later on in this dungeon.
Well said.
And then the Farthingay starts playing Inagata Davida on the phone organ, and the north door, easily stone door, just opens easily for you.
Out or in?
In.
Okay.
Goes in. Yeah, and he just says, just tread carefully. We are in the shrine of the 9,000-year-old death cult.
All right, Veridel. You gonna
I'll
back
see you in
me
a
up
few
on this
minutes,
one?
gents.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you know any Jeff Otero?
And then the you hear him playing. What's he playing now? He starts playing House of the Rising Sun, and the door, that stone door, closes again.
Don't fear the Reaper.
No, yeah, House of the Rising Sun.
So are there any lights here?
No, you
Some
have to
parts
spark a
of this-
torch. You have to
Okay.
spark a torch. There's no lights in here.
I'll do that.
You are in a corridor that continues straight going north for as far as your light can see. There's a wooden bound door to the west, and there's a wooden bound door to the east. 30 feet down the hall, you can see another door on the east side of the passageway.
How close is the first doors?
Right there, you're kind of like in a T intersection, right
Oh,
past
cool.
the door.
Well, you
So,
got to have a little bit of clearance though, or else the two doors are going to hit each other. I just know this, so there's enough clearance, right? It's not like if I
Yeah.
open one door, the other door is going to hit it.
I don't know who they had for an architect for this place. I don't know if they consider those things. It depends on if the owners are really hands-on or not during the build.
Okay, just asking. 'Cause I had a closet like that was terrible. Like you open up the door, you couldn't open up the closet, you know? And then if you had the closet door open, you couldn't close the bedroom door.
This is a very cloistered feeling place. The ceilings are low, and it's not squared off. It's kind of like catacomby.
You want to do any listening? Can we do some listening at these doors and see if there's anything stirring?
Yes. You like to listen at doors. Veridel, who would like to listen at the doors? You're all listening at doors, no?
I have listen skill.
Yep.
30%.
Don't hear anything. It's like,
It's like a tomb.
yeah, like most of this place since you've been in here, it's been very, very quiet and stifling. Like the dead still air where sound doesn't carry very well. It seems.
Huh.
So, but you know that the door to the west is locked, and the door to the east is not.
What could you, I mean, are they different? Do they appear to be different in terms of markings or designs?
I'll also inspect the lock on the western door.
What's your chance to find traps?
So basic fantasy RPG labels it as remove traps.
It's the same thing.
Okay, 46.
So. It is just. It's just locked.
Okay.
There's
Is there
no mechanical traps on it that you can fear any funny business.
Okay. Maybe we can go to the unlocked door first, and if it has a similar lock that just happens to be unlocked, maybe I could fiddle with that first to learn more about the other one. And
Yes.
shall we let's go to the unlocked door first to the east.
It's a great idea. So your intention when you go over to the east door is to inspect that door.
Yeah,
and its
let's
locking mechanism.
open it and then look at what's inside. And assuming no threat, I'll spend some time maybe with the lock mechanism on that side, assuming it might be similar.
The room on the other side of the door there's a passageway that goes down 20 feet, and then it opens up into north to south, a 20-foot wide by east to west 40-foot room. It looks like rotted out cots and empty foot lockers.
You guys want to check that stuff out while I fiddle with the lock?
Yep.
Yeah. How big is this thing?
Well, you got to go down the a 5 foot wide passage, 20 feet, and then it opens up into what looked like some type of dormitory. It's 20 feet wide, probably 40 feet long. Continuing.
This is the east side?
Yes. Yep. Yep. And once you get into the room, it's 20 by 20 north to south, 40. I mean, yeah, 20 feet north by south, 40 feet east to west.
Okay.
So I'll sneak down the corridor.
I'm right behind him. I'm just sort of a little bit back.
Carefully.
Yep. It just all you see as a closer up inspection, you can see that is all you got is some rotten out cots and empty footlockers.
Are the footlockers open?
One of them is. The rest of them are. The other three are closed.
So we don't know if they're empty.
You know one of them is.
Anything else in the room?
Inside one of the,
Any decorations on the walls or anything like that?
no, this room is very simple. There is no decorations. The stone is plain, and in one of the rotted out cots is a simple, grotesque wooden mask with blackened human teeth set into the mouth.
A mask?
It's a grotesque wooden mask with blackened human teeth set into the mouth.
And that was in a footlocker?
It was underneath one of the rotted cots.
Well, I don't need one of these. Do you need one of these?
It might come in handy. Okay, so before we do anything with the mask, I'll check the footlockers. Checking for traps before opening them.
They don't have any locks because they would require a padlock to lock them, so they open easily and they're all empty.
So they're all empty. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the mask? Is it designed to be strapped onto your face, or?
Yeah, it is. It is. You can tell that it has the smell of the basin in the shrine room, so that these teeth were fished out of that basin.
Yeah, nice. Well, you want just throw it in your bag and we'll carry it. Maybe we can show it to somebody.
I put it in my bag.
Okay. Veridel, you know how to unlock the door now with your inspection. You know how to open that locked door.
All right, I will go over there then, and I'll start unlocking the western door.
Okay. It opens into a four-way. All four cardinal directions have a door. The one to your left is locked. It's firmly locked. The other two you don't know.
So it's just a small passageway that has doors north, east, west, or
Yep,
sorry.
Yep. Including your door. It's all four cardinal points.
Got it.
All four cardinal points.
Mm-hmm. And the door was heavily ornate with grotesqueries, and the door to your left and the door ahead of you, I guess they all do, but the one to the north has the least amount of adornment in evil script that you can't read.
So it's a four-way intersection. Maybe we ought to try that center door. The one
Sure.
that goes straight ahead.
Yep.
It seems like
It's unlocked. Closer inspection, Veridel, it is unlocked.
the north door in the main, right in the beginning. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Which door are you checking out?
Well, I was curious about, when we first entered this hallway,
Mhm.
there was a door to the north.
No, there isn't. There's a corridor goes to the. Oh yeah, there. It goes north, but they're on the east wall.
Okay, so there's one on the east wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then the corridor ends.
Nope, continues. You haven't
Oh,
seen
so
the end of the. You haven't seen the end of the corridor.
to the north. Wow. I don't know. I think we should go up north. I don't know. There's like 3 different choices down the other way.
And 3 different choices here.
Can you show the map?
To the Frenchman? Can you show the map to the Frenchman? He's trying to get his bearings. Or not the Frenchman. The
I don't
Averonian.
have, my map isn't very good. I think that it's wrong because I'm trying to listen to all these instructions and I don't know.
That's absolutely perfectly right.
Yeah, that matches what.
That
Yeah.
just tells you that should.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm
And-
picking up what
I
I'm
was-
laying down. What can I say? What can I say,
I
Chambara?
wasn't feeling confident about it, but so
chip in.
I mean the deal is let me see if I can get that in some light. There's that one that goes straight up north. That's the one I'm thinking about. Maybe checking out that other eastern door rather than going over here.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Let's go check out that eastern door that's further up the passageway.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
What's that
when
one
the
all
first
about?
thing when you get there, that's 30 feet down. You can see that another 40 feet down the passageway, 10,
Yep.
20, 30, 40 feet. 20 feet beyond the door that you're at, there's 2 doors, one on the east and one on the west wall.
Okay.
And this first door that you open up opens into a toilet. There's a 10-foot deep hole in the floor.
I
And
just
the
sort
room is just like a 10 by 10.
That's the eastern door.
Yep,
Yep.
it's a privy. It's got a hole in the stone floor.
And the TP is gone.
There is not. Yep, 10-foot deep hole in the floor. Yes, there's no, it hasn't been used in hasn't been serviced in quite some time.
How does it smell? Does it smell clean?
No, it smells. I guess so. After thousands and thousands of years, things are going to start losing their stank. I guess. Are you going to stick your head over it and sniff? Yeah. But no,
All right, let's keep going.
it's dry. It's a toilet. There's nothing special about
Let's keep going.
it. Okay, another 20
We got
feet
two-
down. You have
This is
those
another-
doors on either side of you. You have a door to the east and a door to the west, 20 feet further down. And now you can see the end of the passageway. The passageway ends 30 feet past these 2 doors in a door on the north.
Yeah, that's the door I was looking for. Usually at the end of passageways, there's a room where you can get killed.
It's the door's
Yes.
unlocked. The door is unlocked.
All right, I'm going to go right down to that door. And, well, we should probably check it for traps first.
Yep.
Any traps on that northern door?
I have 20% find traps.
Mm-hmm. And Veridel's got a 46.
Yep.
Yep.
No, this door's got no traps on it. You're both
think.
very certain that just like the other door, none of the doors, they've only been locked. You haven't encountered any mechanical traps or shenanigans so far on the things you've inspected.
Okay, so There are no light sources down there save like my lantern or a torch, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
I have a torch.
and both lantern and torch illuminate 40 feet.
Okay, so I have a bullseye lantern, right? The ones that you can open up that
Mhm.
they sort of cast a beam. And I want to just close that down a little bit, you know, down to pretty much nothing.
Okay.
Or close to nothing. Some kind of, I just want to, I'm going to stand in that door and I'm just slowly, we've been very quiet, by the way.
Okay.
We've been exceptionally quiet. We've been doing stuff like this. Hey, what do you think we should do? Okay, that's the kind of place we've been at.
Yes, you've totally been in this. That's correct.
And not that I'm saying I'm freaked out or I'm afraid, because I'm not at all. Okay, I'm totally not afraid. We're just gonna open the door, just sort of slowly creak and just sort of peer in, edge in a little bit.
It's a large room.
Yes, it is, because they're always large at the end.
Yep. It's 50 feet wide, east to west, 30 feet deep, north to south. Your door is in the center. So it's,
All right,
it caps.
so I can't see quite the edge of it, but I can see into it. I'm going to open up the lantern. What's in the middle of this room?
Torture instruments stained with blood rust litter the room. There's a book on the floor.
That sounds good. You guys in? That sounds good.
There's some pretty, there's a pair of 15-foot diameter stone wheels. There's something that looks like this. It kind of looks like, actually, a little bit like Jancula Anselex's
like a gyroscope?
Arcana compass, but not quite. It just has some similar features. Obviously, his is a small little thing that he uses for calculations and directions, and this is, much larger and much more evil looking.
What
Right.
is
Yeah,
it
that's
made
all
of?
metal.
Metal?
That's all metal. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's an armillary spear, a series of iron hoops and rings arranged in layers, somewhat like a gyroscope. And it's large enough to contain a human adult. The inside contains restraints to bind the victims. The outside
Anything in it?
contains markings clearly corresponding to the positions of various celestial objects.
Is there anything in it? Is there any bones or sort of like leftovers, clothing, detritus on the ground?
There's some skeletal hands where they were at one time ripped from whatever body it was attached to.
Okay, what do you guys think?
You also notice, since you're an educated man, that that the calendar is still accurate. It's like astronomical data
The calendar on the wall, or where is
on
it?
this thing.
Oh, so it has numbers on it. Interesting. All right, so
It has markings clearly corresponding to the positions of various celestial objects.
Well, there I did find some time potions or time elixir.
You can see that as time passes and the Earth's position shifts,
It's
the
moving.
victim is twisted into ever more improbable position by the movement of the cosmos.
Is it moving now?
Move slow.
So you'd have to live long enough to be tortured with that thing. It sounds like a device for torturing immortals.
That's true. To have it apply pain, it would appear that, and I don't know those calculations. Lumen's smarter than me on this, but yes.
I'm going to edge into the room, and I'm just going to sort of cast the beam of the lantern across the walls. Do we see any more, doorways or other sort of distinguishing characteristics?
No, besides the the hand tools, the iron instruments, the threaded spindle of 2 stone wheels, and this celestial calendar that seems to function as a torture device. The only other thing of note in the room is a book on the floor.
The book. Well, let's
Is
open
it
that
in
up.
the Juvenku language as well?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to take a look at that thing. I'm a man who studied the classics.
Yes, the only thing you've been able to assess is that it is written in Duvenku.
Are there any?
So, guys, what do you
yeah.
think about this mask? Should I try it on? Because maybe it's a Juvenku reading device. Or it's something completely different.
Stu, you want to answer that one?
Sure. If something weird happens, I'll try to take it off.
Wait, that wasn't the answer. I was thinking the last time you just decided to put on a piece of headgear, you got your brain smashed out. Just saying. But sure, go ahead. I'll help you. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready to. I'm behind you. I'm ready to sort of grab you. Who's gonna pull it off you?
Yeah, from the front.
Veridel's going to do the mask wearing.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's totally
I'll
fine.
do it.
But
I'll do it. I'm stupid enough.
Yeah,
I'll
in your
put it
first
on.
in your first level, you have no skin in the game yet.
No.
We
I
need
will
to get
put
you
it
to
on.
second level quick so you get attached to this character. Good. Nothing happens. Doesn't allow you to read.
Okay.
Nothing happens, but I look cool, right?
A little grotesque, especially in your finery. You're wearing that grotesque mask.
I'm gonna snap a picture with my phone and send it to his wife.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
She
Okay,
left me
gentlemen.
long ago.
He's going to be back in a minute. We're going to take a quick break until he comes back.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds
I'll
good.
put the mask back in the bag.
Put it in
Back
the
in the
bag.
bag.
Back
Keep
in the
it in the
bag.
bag.
Yep. So quick break then.
It is a quick break. I'm trying to figure out how to shut off all. Oh,
Did it make us all take a break? I must have.
Man, I am off my game today, Stu. I apologize. It's almost embarrassing.
How so?
Oh, okay. I'm good and glad it doesn't show.
Oh, I'll need a banana as well, I think.
Mhm. Yep. It's the approved fruit of online gaming.
Yeah, I will
Randall?
get one.
Yeah, I got a banana.
Yep. It's just want you to know that Vanishing Tower Press is sponsored by Bananas, the approved fruit for online gaming.
Beautiful.
What is the additional user that joined the Jitsi meeting?
It's my iPad.
Ah, got it. Okay.
I was
That's
trying to
nice.
set it up so I could draw a map on it.
Oh, that'd be
Because
super cool.
yeah, I might have to. I just got to tweak it a little bit. Oh, I should shut off the volume here. I'll set up one of those chains.
Yep. Yep. You gotta mute it. Mute the other input.
There we go. Okay, just muted it, or I will mute it. Okay, cool. Except I can't start the camera on here. What is this stuff? I've never heard of this software. Jitsu?
It was Jonathan Henry of Great Dragon Chat, Gamer Chat, used it, and I stopped in on a Thursday Gamer Chat session, and that's what he was using, and I was impressed by it because it's just you. It's like MeWe. It's supposed to not be collect your information or anything like that. You just click on start a meeting, and you've got a meeting, and you've got your Hangout, and you invite whoever you want.
Cool.
And it's got also some built-in features, start streaming and start recording. So both those features are attractive to me. So far it's been
recording, yeah.
so far it's been really simple to use, and I approve. Seems pretty generic and doesn't have any of the cost and time limitations that Zoom does.
I mean, I like Zoom because I got it for free with my school, and you got a lot of control when you're running it to like mute other people, and you know you can do all sorts of stuff. I'm a control freak. It's kind of fun like that.
Yep, I think I can do that too. I can mute you. I can mute everyone else. I can kick you out. I can send you a private message.
Nice.
So I think it's a copy of Zoom without the cost. So that's their business model. Zoom's charging, we do it for free.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Zoom is you can be two people, and that's
For free.
okay. But as long as if you're more, I think you're limited to 40 minutes or something like that.
That's the free account, right?
Yeah.
It scales really well. Zoom will scale up to like 40 or 50 people really well. Not that you need that, but I run classes of 20 people and it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we use it at work as well. But I don't think I can use my work account for private stuff. Sadly.
Yeah, I say, what are they going to do to me? I'm freaking faculty, man. I know it's an arrogant position, but there ought to be some benefits to an extended adolescence.
Besides the book, there is nothing else that you folks can find of value or interest in this room.
Books going in the bag. I can't do anything. There's no like cliff notes. Is there an index? Is there something like pictures? No pictures?
It contains notes and sketches and various hands on the operation. You know, it should be indicating the operation of the various torture devices, but that's just pictorial.
All right, good. Let's keep moving. So there's no way out of here. We got to go find another place.
Examining, there's no other way out of here. Yeah, that's it. So Going back down the way you came. Where are you going next?
I would say, based on the map here, we got two choices. If we go back down the hallway, we can go east or west. You got a preference there, Stu? Anders?
Not really. Let's just pick one.
All
I don't
right.
think we have a criteria to choose one over the other.
West. We're going to go west.
Gonna go west. The door's unlocked. Marble tables and benches surrounding a fire pit. The room is 40 feet deep, east to west, and 30 feet wide, north to south.
Any exits?
None that you can see. There's a spit, rusted tongs, cutlery. The upper parts of the walls are stained with smoke. The cutlery items and spit have been used as cooking utensils.
There's nothing on the wall.
No. You notice there's no ventilation.
No ventilation.
That's not up to code.
Probably why these guys died out.
But that's why you think they died out?
Yes.
Would that be carbon monoxide poisoning?
How big is this room?
40 feet deep, east to west, 30 feet north to south.
And there's no exits?
Nope.
No exits.
Your examination for the exits made you notice that if it's functioning as a kitchen, there's no ventilation.
So I'll do a
the
sweep
search
of the
reveals a stone panel in the ceiling.
In the ceiling?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like thief material. Let's check this thing out. I'll boost you.
Sure.
Bell's watching the rookie crew. Okay.
All right. Let's boost him up and see what's up there.
All right.
Where is it, by the way? Where is it in the back of the room, front of the room, middle of the room?
Yeah, back of the room.
Okay.
Back of the room.
Yeah.
So I'll check for secret doors.
No, you can see the secret door. It's a stone panel that, unlike the whole the rest of the ceiling, it can be removed, and it's 3 feet square. Like if you were looking for where the ventilation is, that would be it.
How would you remove that? Is it a compact stone block or anything like that?
It looks like you pry it out. Like you use like a crowbar or something, go around to each side, and you could, and then it would drop at some point. It'd probably break on the floor or not. Depends on how thick it is.
Maybe you could push it over to the side or something.
Yeah, I mean, I have a crowbar I can hand up.
You have a crowbar?
Yeah, I've got a crowbar. Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah,
you just made that up.
I don't have one, so I will. Oh, crowbar.
All right.
There you go.
Right.
Right on. Yeah, if it's not on the sheet, it doesn't exist.
What's your character's name? Vicomte? Vicomte. I say Vicomte, hurry up, man. You're heavy.
I'm prying.
Okay, it's coming loose. It's coming loose. You better get out from underneath it.
Yeah.
Crack! And you feel, as it cracks, you feel a thin psychic static on your mind.
Psychic static?
Yep.
Oops.
But once you remove that, It's a ventilation flue. It's in the southwest corner of the room, and the flue heads up 3 feet before turning west by southwest.
Dudes, this
Should
is
we-
too good.
Should we check this out?
I think Veridell's pretty. You're good with this stuff, right, Veridell?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to go check it out. I will try to.
So we'll boost you instead then. How high up is this opening?
Oh, it's in the ceiling, so whatever the ceiling height is in, I'm sure it's not elaborately high in this room. It's a kitchen, so I'm going to say this room has got a ceiling of 7 feet.
So I could just climb maybe up the wall, and then if it's like a vertical shaft, just sort of like brace myself on either side to climb up.
Yep. You wouldn't have to I wouldn't make you make a climbing roll to ascend this.
Got it.
Yeah, this is junior varsity stuff.
Yeah. I'm just looking at my climb target. I think it's like 98 as it is.
Excellent. Every good adventurer should be able to successfully climb.
All right. I will try to quietly shuffle up there.
The flue heads up 3 feet before turning west by southwest, and it joins up with a shaft connecting like you would go back down.
I see. So is this more like a when it goes horizontally? Is it almost like a ventilation shaft?
Yeah, and and you're in one branch of the lowest level of the ventilation shaft, and if you go up past my nose, you're going through the chimney all the way up. My hands represent the shaft that you climbed and the junction that you're at, and you can go down or you can go up.
All right. Wait, you can go down or up.
Well, you go down to another room, right? And then or up through straight up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna lower my rope for someone to hold on to down there.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a candle in one hand, just as a small light source, and I will hold on to the rope in the other and kind of tie it around my wrist on one hand and gradually kind of let loose going downward. Just in case this thing drops off, I wanted someone to be holding on to something at the bottom.
Oh, you don't want to slide into the bottomless pit?
Yeah, that would be unpleasant.
You're trying to avoid the bottomless pit scenario?
Yeah, just
I
in
would give
case.
it to the guy with one hand. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's just muting. So, all right, Stu, you are looking at your candle illuminates a floor. Your candle only gives you what, about 10 feet? Does it give you 10 feet?
I think it's 10 feet. I
12.
imagine it's dim beyond that.
And dim beyond that?
Maybe.
You seem to be in an empty room with in front of you is some large block-like object on the floor.
On nearby walls, do I see any like sconces with empty, like torch socket sort of thing?
No, there's no place to affix light.
Okay. I will. I'll give the rope a few tugs, indicating to follow me.
All right. I'll what do you say, Vicomte? You want to go up first?
Sure. I'm always in for some adventure. I'll climb the rope.
You get to see. It's apparent to you, Veridell, the interior walls have hundreds of sharpened bone spikes. They're not big, but they're very narrow all over the walls, and the blocky object in the middle of the room is a sarcophagi,
Good.
and it's intricately carved, perfectly preserved, featuring an engraving of a warrior standing in a field of decapitated heads.
How big is that room?
The room that you're in, now that you have your full illumination, it's a 20 by 20 room, and there's a 10-foot passageway out, blocked by what would be its entrance door to the west. So the door out is to the west, 10 feet beyond this 20 by 20 square room.
And the
Walls
bone
are-
spikes are on the walls, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Hundreds of sharpened bone spikes cover the wall.
That doesn't sound so bad.
So I don't know that we would necessarily mess with the sarcophagus.
I don't think we should mess with this.
Was there another exit to this room? Sorry if I missed it.
Yeah, there's one
Yep,
door to the
yep.
west, I think.
Yep, the door. There's a door to the west leading out, and it's adorned with bony spikes as well.
Is there a handle that is reachable without contacting bony spikes?
You can use, what is your higher, open locks or remove traps?
Open locks.
Okay, and what is that value?
We are at. Oh, I did the math wrong earlier. So that is 66 if we add int to our skills.
You cannot find a handle.
All
You
right.
cannot find the handle on this door and how you would unlock it from the inside.
All right.
And the door swings like you pulls towards you. That you can understand.
Got
That's
it.
about all you got from inspecting this door.
What kind of door is it? The metal, wood, reinforced wood.
Yeah, reinforced wood, and it's got like every place on the wall. It's got hundreds of sharpened bone spikes covering it.
Oh, so it's not something you want to lean on.
No, there's nothing here to lean on. If you're the kind of guy that likes when you in a room you lean against the wall, you don't have this here.
So I'll attach my grappling hook to my rope, and can I see if I can maybe try to toss it a couple times and see if I can get purchase on some of the spikes that would give some leverage to pull the door towards us while I'm standing away?
Yeah. Yep, some of them snap, but eventually you get it to hook, and it seems that the door is firmly locked. That there is a locking mechanism, or it's not opening.
Yeah. Any of you have like a blunt weapon or something that maybe you could like knock the spikes and maybe destroy the pointy bits and see if we could uncover a lock or a handle?
I've got an axe, but I would say right now we should probably just not make any noise. We've got quiet on our side.
Yep.
I would go
I
back
think
where we came.
something is locked into this room for a reason. So
I could be on board with that. That's fine.
What do they say in this age of freakness and paranoia? An abundance of caution.
I'm good.
And that's
yeah.
when you hear the muffled voice from the sarcophagi.
Ah.
Who are your companions?
Dude, we were doing it right
we're
here.
out of there.
Who are you? I say we are 3 but humble travelers. We are seeking to unlock the mysteries of this great and noble faith. And I'm not really convincing. I mean, I just want to say that Lumen lying is not good. He doesn't lie very well.
So you said you guys are travelers?
Yeah, we're travelers, and we're seeking to learn more.
Have you ever stood alone listening to your own breathing?
Many times in the dark and in the light.
What was your path here?
The path was long and circuitous.
Where does your father
And
live?
what?
Where does your father live?
My father lives in the sky of in the beautiful kingdom of the hereafter.
A bone hook grows out from inside your body. It grows out and breaks off and it causes damage.
Jesus, that's not good. I was trying to answer questions truthfully.
2 points
What?
of damage.
2 points of damage just for answering the question?
The guy in the sarcophagus is a dick. I think we should leave.
His little chuckle. What do you carry?
Stuff.
Bone hook grows out of you.
All right, I am on my way out of this place. Stu, you with
Yeah.
me?
4 points of damage. It's a big one.
4.
Yep. And it breaks
Darn.
off and leaves a wound on your side. That's ghastly. Like his
Yeah, let's get
spike
back out of
flew
here.
out. Like Lumen had a little one that just went eep, and and caused damage. Yours is like and falls to the floor.
Damn.
I'm out of here. I'm with you guys. Let's do it.
Yeah. We climb out quickly as hell, and before we do that, I would throw the hook at the sarcophagus.
Okay,
Bastard!
bounces off, and you hear it chuckling inside.
What's the sarcophagus made of?
Stone, intricately carved and perfectly preserved, featuring an engraving of a warrior standing in a field of decapitated heads.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't cool. That was a bad idea. I don't feel like I learned anything from that.
I mean, don't mess with sarcophagus. This is.
All right. I'll take
That's,
that. That works.
that's a lesson, right?
That's good.
So you guys all went out.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
totally out of there.
Okay, you got out of there. Okay, you're not hanging in the room with the bone spikes on the wall and the guy talking
Yeah.
from the stone sarcophagi.
No.
All right,
We exit the bone zone.
the bone zone. You
The
are
bone
back.
zone.
You're back in what can only be described as what was the kitchen for the death cult.
So, any one of you have some healing thingy going on? Because I have only 1 hit point left.
No.
You know, I already like did that.
During this day, did you burn spells?
What happened is that I tried to I did all the we basically it's like an hour ago we were fighting werewolves and now we're down in this dungeon. It may seem like 2 weeks later, and so I prayed
see.
to my God.
It feels like 2 weeks later because it is, but
I see. I forgot. We
prayed
didn't
to my
formally
God.
rest.
To give me more spells, and I said that, look, I don't know where Toph is, but I think we're gonna die if he's not here. And the hidden hand was like, no, I can't give you any more spells until you fulfill your quest, And then so I was like, well, can you give me something? And he's like, all right, you can just have 1 spell, and you can choose it, but you got to choose it now. So I didn't choose healing. I chose a spell that's actually in the chat. It allows me to walk among undead, unseen.
All right.
So I thought that would be handy. So anyway, sorry about that, Viconf, man. I mean, I can give you a back rub,
Maybe
Cool.
I don't know. Maybe
with
far
your
thickening.
stub,
Yeah, well, it's one-handed, but it's vigorous. I know Reiki techniques.
Like we're not that far back down the hall. We could go see if Farthigny has some of his fairy music that might be healing?
Maybe.
Or
Or
some fairy dust.
Or we press on and maybe don't have Vicomte be the first one to crowbar a secret door again.
What do you think about that, Mr. Vicomte?
I'm cool with that.
I love that spirit. I love this guy. Hanging by a hit point, and you are still on the team.
So are you checking the door across from you, or are you going somewhere else?
We are going across on the other side.
That door is unlocked as well.
All right, I'll be first. I'll lean into it, just peer my head in there, quiet like. We're still quiet. I mean, even though I had a bone spike coming out of me, I just did not say a word.
I did.
Yeah.
Ruined mats, corroded pots, and the shattered remains of several leg irons bolted into the floor. Some shattered, scratched graffiti on the wall in the common tongue and a few others.
What does it say?
Yeah,
Brodignay was here.
what's the death
Um,
say?
There appears to be a partial map scratched on the floor,
Oh, do you have an image of it?
and you will shortly. And discreetly scratched discreetly in a jagged hand into the wall near one mat is a string of markings which appear to be musical notations for a short string of chords. It is written in old style neumes which don't indicate every aspect of the piece.
Well, I'll definitely take those, and I want to just like write them down or scratch them in my shield, what those notation marks are. Maybe Farthingay can make some sense out of it.
I have chalk. You can draw on your shield.
Okay, draw it on the outside. That'd be cool. It would look awesome. Just don't cover the hidden hand image because that's one of my favorites.
That's what's scratched in the floor.
What?
Hmm.
The notation, right?
That is scratched in the floor.
Yeah,
That's a
so we
map.
just gotta copy it or try to like, you know.
That's not the notations on the wall. This is scratched in the floor. You asked.
It's like a separate
There was
map.
two things. There's the map scratched in the floor, and there's the notations
Oh,
on the
hold
wall.
on a second. Can I see that? I didn't see it before.
What page is
This is
that,
the
Jay?
first time. This is the first time I'm showing it.
Okay. Cool.
Page
And
83.
Yeah, pretty much.
excellent. I can get behind that.
And outside of that, you can't find anything else in this room. That only leaves a few doors left to explore.
All right, so find another room. We got to go down that other passageway. We're looking for this this book.
Yeah. Do we want to? When you say the other passageway, you mean the kind of four-way intersection?
Yeah, we got to go back down there. I think it's only one way to go.
And one of those doors is locked. Using the logic of good stuff is behind locked doors. Do we want to focus on that one first?
Yep. Which
All
one
right.
was locked? North, south, east, or west?
South.
Well, yeah. So west, so it would be the south one.
Okay.
I inspect the lock without poking it yet. I'll just kind of peer in with a light source.
It has looks like it had a thin layer of that ice that was in the entry hall when you first came down in the shrine was on it and now has melted away because the whole locking mechanism is a little bit wet. And it appears to be in good shape, and it is definitely in the locked position. It takes a key.
Does the melting bother anybody? Or like what else is melting? I mean, not much to do about it. but
I don't like that. No, I don't like it. But so it has the lock mechanism is frozen with ice and it's melting.
yeah. Are there any other so around the keyhole and or where the latch would be? Do I see any other openings that might cause some suspicion? Any other holes around the keyhole? Extra gap where the latch is, that sort of thing?
Nope. It is. There's none of that. It's that looks like to be a simple operating door. Nothing.
All right.
Nothing unique about in its construction that would suggest otherwise.
All right. Then I get my picks out and I start going at it. My base number is 66.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
It's good enough to get hear a click.
What level character is Viridel?
He's level 5, but one of Jay's house rules is a knack for skills. If you have a success the very first time you try to open locks, you get a permanent plus 15%. So
Awesome.
so
I didn't hear
Viridel
about
has a
that.
knack.
Well, you're not a thief. He doesn't get spells because he's not a cleric.
So
I bring something up, by the
hear
way? Oh, go ahead.
hear
Yeah.
a click. I want to leave my picks in place, and I'll without removing them yet, and I'll have someone else reach behind me and see if the door seems to be unlatched.
That would obviously be Lumen, because I think
That's me. Yeah.
I'm staying back.
The Viscount is seriously wounded. He's on death's door. It's open. You've unlocked it.
Okay, all right. Not being too careful. Is that bogging things down?
No.
Right.
I mean, I think this is a great place to be cautious.
All right.
This
So
once opulent room lies behind this locked door is marble headpieces shaped like fist-sized skulls are scattered liberally among the rotting furniture and fabrics.
How big is it?
20 feet deep, north to south, 30 feet wide, east to west. It looks like it has a bedroom, an opulent bedroom.
Okay.
So what's in this bedroom?
Currently, marble headpieces shaped like fist-sized skulls and scattered liberally among the rotting furniture and fabrics.
is there any typical bedroom furniture that would have drawers, like a dresser or nightstand or anything that we could shuffle around?
Yeah, there is. Which leads you to not finding anything in there, but a panel in the south wall, in the center of the south wall. It's another 3x3 panel, identical to the one that like you would have seen in the ceiling of the kitchen.
Oh, great. Another little shaft. Assuming there's a bed in here, is there anything under the bed?
No.
There's a monster under the bed. Okay.
No exits out.
Panel in the wall, but currently no. The only way back out for you guys is back out the door back into the intersection.
Okay.
Or you can mess around with the panel in the wall.
I'll put my head up against the panel and I'll take my crowbar and I'll just kind of do a single like dull thump, not super loud, but just like a kind of a clunk, and see if I hear anything on the other side.
Yeah, you don't want to alert any ghouls on the other side.
Well, I am kind of fishing for any sound,
it's
but
it feels solid. It is. It's packed behind there. It does not. It's not a hollow shaft
all right.
like the flu.
What do you guys think? You want to go at it?
You know, I'll go first.
We got to open it first.
I'll go last.
I've got 10 hit points left. Actually, a few more.
So you guys are crowbarring that thing out.
Yeah, we'll try to get some leverage.
So we're opening up a panel.
Trying to.
It's a 3 by 3 foot stone, like the one that was in the ceiling.
But it's in the. Is it in the ceiling again?
No, this one's in the wall.
South wall.
Okay. So it's probably better then. It won't have a bone thing behind it. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, you start pulling that out, and then actually, you remember in Private Ryan when the guy said he's too old for this shit and leans back against the brick wall and it collapses and there's a bunch of German soldiers on the other side?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, when you're pulling the block that out, a portion of him underneath just falls out towards you, like they were just being held by the mortar or the stucco spread over them, and the moisture on the walls from the melting of the thin ice coat that was around here.
Right.
And it collapses, and it's a just a little it's an alcove, and it's a piece of bedroom furniture. It's a chest of drawers that is still standing.
So we just opened up a panel and there's a chest of drawers inside.
Hidden behind behind the panel, or it's actually drawers carved into the wall.
And the drawers fell open onto us.
The bricks covering them.
Okay. So there weren't any.
You just revealed this. You've just revealed. Yeah, you just revealed this.
Okay.
So there's wooden drawers right in the stone, and the stone was carved to allow the drawers to go in.
All right. That sounds good. So we have stone drawers. How many? How many drawers?
It looks like it goes, since you got the bottom exposed, you can see it starts from the bottom and it goes up and it goes past where the stone didn't come out.
So we can see what, 3, 4 drawers?
Yeah.
Do they
Let's call it 4. Let's call it 4. They're this deep, and so you got 4 of them evenly spaced. So the one would be right at where the panel was, so it'd be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it like bigger for the pants, like on the bottom, and then it goes a little smaller when you get up to the bigger drawer?
They don't differentiate in height.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
I'm not going to touch them.
Well, Stu has always got something good to say.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think we uncovered it to not check out the drawers, right?
Traps, maybe?
Is there a lip that? How would one open them? Is there like a lip?
Metal handle, an iron handle is bolted into the wood to make the drawer.
I don't know. I think
the wood's probably about an inch thick.
Grappling hook on the handle. We all stand back and we yank.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Bottom drawer.
It's filled with small, crude snow globes, each the diameter of a circle made with your thumb and forefinger.
Filled with snow globes?
Yeah, it looks like small. And what gives you the idea that it is a snow globe? Because there's a small model of the hunting lodge.
That's super.
You can see inside, and each one of them has the same exact thing.
Does it have like a place like it came from, like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or anything on it?
Nope, they all look like the landscape differentiates. The cabin never does. The hunting lodge never does. But if you look in different ones, you see it different places. It's being placed in different places.
Wow.
Is there one that looks like the terrain that we came in on that was all snowed over or whatever? And do we see
Yours wasn't
anything?
snowed. Yours wasn't. You
Oh,
were. Yeah, you have maybe light frost, but you haven't had the first snow of winter yet
okay.
in Averone. It's just it's the dying end of autumn.
So we're looking at snow globes with the same house or the same thing in it in different places. So this thing's some sort of traveling. This house travels, I think. That's what it says to me. What do you think?
Or maybe there's several of these, and they connect somehow.
How many are there?
It's filled. That the drawer you open is filled with them. So there's about 50 in this drawer.
50.
There,
Wow.
yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood of 50, north or it could go north or south of 50. But I look, and you're like, ooh, about 50 creepy snow globes here.
And they're made of glass?
Yep.
So if we take
And
the
it has
one,
there's a clear liquid in there, the same
the
liquid that
one,
you saw in the vials.
yeah, the one that we are in, if we find one like that,
Well, you can find
what
you can find something looks similar. Yeah, you can get
and
a
if you
close
shake it a
approximation.
little, what happens if you shake it?
On this one, dead leaves kick up and float around instead of snow. It has crispy dead autumn leaves that do that. And this one, and in this one, there's torchlight or lantern light on inside the cabin.
Is there anything different around the perimeter of the cabin or the landscape that's different than we experienced walking up, depicted in the snow globe?
You can find it. And this is, if you look at it long enough, you can find a difference. And this is because you were looking for one that looked like the place you're at, like the landscape you came through. So you look for the closest match you could find, and then with a more thorough look at it, you notice there are slight differences.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Look, we just made roll 20, but except it's ours.
We did what?
What's roll D20? Roll
yeah.
20. It's something that's really fiddly. Anders and I both agreed that it's not something that we could use effectively as a dungeon master, online dungeon master.
It looks like it's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. So you've looked at it as well. Yeah, that was my feeling. I haven't dabbled. Oh, I can't do it. I can't go there.
It's a little too much preparation for the J, I know.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, yeah, you went due south. Don't worry about overlapping your shrine. Just,
So we got a chest of drawers somewhere in there.
Yeah, right there. Perfect. Yep, that's where we're at. That's what's going down.
All right, so nothing weird with opening that drawer. I say let's just open the other ones regular, like without the grapple.
Every drawer is filled with anywhere from 30 to 100 of these globes.
All right.
I want to just take one.
Okay. Are you going to take one that let me give you a description of some of the ones you're looking at, so you may make a more slightly informed choice. Some have slightly distorted architecture. As I mentioned before, in some the shape of the landscape is slightly varied, and not like yours outside. Some you can see multiple moons in the sky, and one you just saw tiny figures darting across the landscape.
What type of figures? Humanoid? They look.
Yeah, they're little tiny dudes. They're running out of and the way you notice them is because they run out of the hunting lodge and into the forest.
Yeah, I like that one.
And just curious, if I spend a similar amount of time as Lumen, just kind of looking through them, do I see any that might represent? You mentioned some with various moons. If I remember correctly, Rom'Myr had 2 distinct moons. One of them was red. Um, is that depicted in any of these?
Yeah. Lumen, Varadel says, hey, he's kind of got his hand out, right? No, you're asking. Well, Lumen can confirm that, yes.
All right.
There's a color of the moons are that colored that.
Lumen,
You want
a thumbs up.
Varadel asked what the color of the moons are, and it matches the color of the twin moons of Rom'Myr.
I will take one of those that depict that.
Okay. Randall, do you have any preference to the globe that you picked? You want to pick the one that has the
people
running across it. Okay, and that one looks quite similar. It's in an autumn setting, not a winter setting.
Okay. And then I'm just going to reach in and just grab another one, and I'm not going to look at it.
Okay.
I put that one in there too.
So one you looked at and one you didn't. Got it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's unless you want to keep on breaking open the wall. That's all that's there. You can break open the wall and see if there's more drawers.
I'll take a pair of snow globes as well.
Okay. You have a preference between autumn, winter, night, day?
I'll take one night, one day.
Okay. And what season, autumn or winter?
Winter.
Okay.
So every single one of these things
has the only thing that is similar is the hunting cabin. Some have the stone barns, some don't. Some you see have some have gallows, some you can see that they're burning someone alive in a fire in front of the hunting cabin. I mean, it's like endless variety now. You notice. You can go really deep into just places you never imagined.
How come it's always bad stuff?
Jungle, you see the hunting cabin in some type of exotic jungle.
Any little kids with birthday parties or none of that?
Hey, you get the feeling if you spent some time here sorting through them, you just might find something like that.
Okay.
It is extremely varied.
All right, enough of the snow globes. Where are we going, gentlemen?
You got the north door and the west door. They're both unlocked.
Okay. So let's go west, young man.
West sounds like a plan.
It's the only plan we have. All right, so it's unlocked.
Yep. The shelves have rotted and the books have tumbled. It appears to have been in a library. On top of the pile of some of the books, you can see a architectural drawing.
Oh, let's take a look. Let's take a close look.
There's a lot of books that are damaged by time.
It's a drawing that outlines the careful choices of spacing the doors so they opened without colliding with each other.
You
Yes.
think about
Yep.
that too?
There it is. There it is. Yep. Yep. It also has. This seems to be the main drawing.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Hold on, let me study that for a moment.
What page is that on, Jay? I'll just go get it.
64, last one in the book.
If you're actually okay with it, if
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
make use of
Yep.
these,
No,
I will grab
it's
it.
a handout. I mean,
Alright.
after this session, I'm going to be posting them anyways.
Okay.
So I'm not hiding anything.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I got the other one right over here. So
Oh, okay. You got a picture of it. Cool.
I got the old one, but I'll take a picture.
This one's different. This one's different.
I know. I already got that one. We're gonna put it in soon. All right. So cool.
Black. Yep, nice black.
Yeah, I like it. So does this look like anything we've traveled? It doesn't look like what's anything we've gone through.
The one that you're looking at there, it might. Like if you look at the four-way passage, right? Can I? No, I can't draw on this, can I? No.
I see.
So the one that you have up, yeah, it does seem like the four-way passage might be represented there.
I don't know. Oh yeah, this one here. Dude,
really know.
yeah. Why were we we weren't even thinking about that. Hey, you know what? There's the mask. I wonder there's two other rooms that there's no passage to. You think when you were up there in that little the little like chute of death, did you see any other passages that went off?
I think it did say it went up, but I suspect what that block to the northwest might represent where we were with the bone zone.
Yep.
Where?
Probably.
Hold on. So you're saying that let me just make another layer here so I don't fry my other stuff. You're saying we came from here and then we went up through and you're saying that we went down. This is the snow globes. That's the library. We didn't go in there. We went up to here.
Yes.
Went up to here, and then there was a little passageway here.
That was the kitchen. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the sarcophagus is perhaps that block to the northwest.
Yeah.
This one here.
Possibly.
I don't remember it having an angled wall in it. Do you?
No, OJ, maybe point of clarification. When we went to the kitchen shaft and we went downward, if I remember right, you said there was also a way to keep going up the shaft. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a junction where
Yeah.
the two flues that you clambered through to get to that other room meet up. They meet together and it goes up as you would expect a flue would do.
So Randall, it's
carry
possible.
Smoke. So it was designed to carry smoke from two different rooms and up the same flue chimney.
So why would there be smoke from the sarcophagus room? I wonder. Or is it just a way to get us in there?
I suspect it might just be a passage. So maybe the southern, maybe the bone zone is the one
maybe it's also a way out of the crypt
to the west.
Yeah.
And because remember there was that door that we couldn't open, and maybe that is what that little L-shaped hallway might be. So maybe we should go up.
Like go back in there.
Yeah. Did we go to this room to the far north of the corridor? Was that where the mask was? No.
Nope. That was in the room to the far east.
Okay. Oh, wait, the north
maybe
was
we
where
could use the map in the northern room.
Can we rifle through some of
the mask? Sorry. The most northern room, we haven't been there, and there is a mask depicted on there.
I think
maybe that's where we should use it.
I think these rooms are the same room.
And that's where the compass torture thing was.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the compass
Okay.
torture room.
Got it.
Celestial torture device.
Yes, that's exactly what we're looking at.
All right. So just based on this map, we have the passage that's just to the north of us, across from where the shelf was, and then we also have the upper flue part of the kitchen passage.
From this space. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is in the southwest. That's right.
So while we're here at this four-way intersection, maybe we should hit up that other room while we're down here.
Wait, before we do, can we rifle through the books a little bit? I just
Yep.
want to take a good moment to really look at these books, because we were looking for a text that would help
Okay.
us decipher things, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to leaf through the spines. I'm going to be like, yep, read that, read that, read that. Oh, it looks pretty
The
good.
majority of them are in the language you can't read, but there are books leaf through that you can. And the first one you find is a scroll that says it's marked on the outside. It's bound in handwriting, useful, and a question mark.
Well, I'm going to open that puppy up. Let's roll that one right on the table.
Save versus magic.
That's a save versus magic? That's cool. I'll take that.
Save
you
versus,
want to
save versus magic.
I got you. I got you.
An illumination just went, just emanating out of the scroll as you unroll it.
Vicomp, I hope you're standing back.
So I need Lumen to save versus magic.
I got you. Save versus magic wands.
Spells.
Save versus spells, like rod, staff, or spells.
Magic. Spells. The last one.
All right, the last one. Rod, staff, spells. That's a 14. I got a 14 on the bean.
Okay. A big flash of light was about to blind you, but you closed your eyes just in time.
I'm
You
good.
And the scroll
lucky
falls
boss.
from your stunned and numb fingers as you have a tingling sensation all over your body.
Like in a good way?
It's up to you. It's up to you. This may be pleasurable, it may not.
I exclaimed like in ecstasy, the hand has touched me in this dark place. Okay, what's next?
There is one book that catches your. Let's see. You find another book with, I guess it would be like a small magnifying glass bound with a metal with a little chain hooked to the book.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's another book that is not in the language that you can't read, and that one looks like a book presenting some kind of theory, some type of chemical theory.
Oh wow.
And the other one with the call it a monocle, but it's really like, I don't know, something you would put on a book to enlarge the script so you could see it if you had fading eyes, and that's attached to it.
Or you
That
can
one's
read Duvanku.
All right, so I'm gonna. Heck, we're here, right?
Mhm.
Let's give it a try. Let's just open that book up and just see without the magnifying glass, like what's in it.
Mm-hmm. Before the magnifying glass, what's in it is long list, but covering all the pages, and it isn't a language. It isn't that language you can't read.
A long list. What kind of list? Like, what's the? I mean, I'm pretty good at meta formats.
Actually, I'll take that back. It's the opposite of what I said. It's pages of yeah, I said that wrong. It looks like pages of notables, names, records of notables, but that's just from the imagery.
Any dates?
Not that you can read.
Okay. All right. Well, that seems pretty interesting.
Maybe see if it looks different with the glass.
Oh, good thinking. You're always got the good stuff, Stu. Yeah, let's look at it with the glass.
It's records names of notables entombed here.
Oh,
The twin inquisitors Ezret Nex, Gorgulus Nex, Vorgan Pox, Nazir an Azet, Exalted Interrogator Athroldeld Alf Avricnarn, and Praetor Pontific Cyrus Carnathric Maximus.
so it's so let's does it have like anything beside the name, like any sort of numbers or places or something that shows? I mean, I'm trying to think, is this could this help me is it an index? Can I find something there?
It does not. Yeah, there's those listed in those names, but those names all have their separate page,
Yeah.
and so there's you can see the one that has the sarcophagi that you saw. The others have sarcophagi you didn't see, so those look different.
They're drawings.
hmm hmm And there's the book also has passages that refer to a rivalry between the slaughterer Vorgan Pox and the twin inquisitors.
Between Pox and the Inquisitors, huh?
hmm
So does the one on Praetus, it looks like the one that we saw? Like the picture is of the one that we saw, or is that
Nope.
something different?
Nope. No, that one doesn't have a sarcophagi. It just has, like that one of those lich-like looking royal figures on a throne.
The one with Praetus.
Yeah, yeah. That one is it is not entombed. Does not have a sarcophagi.
Okay.
Great.
It's just him on on a stone chair of death.
Do you want to check maybe the magnifying glass and scan over the spines and/or some other random books that were unreadable, and see if that changes
Yeah, let's try
your
that.
ability to read?
Yeah, you can read them now, and it definitely allows you to read Duve and Coup. And the books, I mean, they're inexplicably obtruse. I commandeth the 9 millions. I commandeth the 7 blasphemies. I speak through the worms in the heart of the gray black star. Um, there's records of cult activities and some type of code, so you can't break the code with the glass, but you know.
Jeez. What do you guys think?
I think we should save one of the books that talks about a cult of some sort, and then basically when we decide we're done here, or if we finally do kill this thing, we could just give that to the Marquis as proof of like, yep, there was a cult,
Yep.
we killed a thing, here we go, we're done here.
Good thinking. Maybe
Okay.
burn it.
So you guys are really
Before we leave.
excited about this reading glass?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to assume that you are reading stuff, or look like you said on the spines, and you're going through them. So I'm going to give you some interesting titles that aren't ridiculously obtruse as the others. One, of course, it's not obtruse because there's a cult record referring to rebuilding the western wall of the kitchen.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuilding the western wall of the kitchen.
Maybe it's a cult of accountants.
Through those, you can read them. I mean, they read the cult records, but they're kind of incomprehensible, except there's a reference to a curse upon those who fail to leave an offering in the coin fountain, and those who lie to Artheldred Elf, the exalted interrogator. You notice that Alfred Elf, the exalted interrogator, appears to be from the room that you were in.
Say interrogator, and he was asking questions. Is it something about lying to him?
It does say that those who lie. Yep, a curse will be upon those who lie. To Arth, dread Alf, the exalted interrogator.
Interesting, right? Maybe
Maybe
that's
it shouldn't have lied.
no.
There's a Grimoria of hybrid flesh. There's another book that contains the ritual names of one warrior entombed here, and something that's called the Warrior Crypts.
Oh,
And that same name is written in a room referred to the Ives of Fate, place of the honored sacrifice.
jeez.
Mostly incomprehensible book, but contains a stray reference to the god entombed beneath the mountain and the symbiote god. It explains that the souls of the dead are held in the body of the symbiote god.
Symbiote god.
And everything else, you can read it, but it's gibberish.
Maybe just one last thing from me. So Lumen, clearly when you open that scroll, there was a blast of light, and you dropped it. Is there a chance that was like a one-time thing, and there's still something interesting on the scroll? So maybe like everyone avert their eyes, and you unfold it again, and we'll see if it doesn't happen, then maybe try to read it.
Yeah, no, I was going to pick that up and look at it again. So thanks for reminding me. So I want to, take a couple of these books. I definitely like the book that has the people in it. The one that mentions Praetus. That seems like a good book to have. And the Book of Names. And it had the magnifying glass attached to it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, on a simple chain, simple small chain.
Okay.
But you were walking, you were holding, had to move the book, but you could look at other books with it.
Okay.
But I assume that you have not detached it from the book it was originally attached to.
No, I didn't rip it off or anything. Book, and then there's a book that tells about some history that's really important that I'm not going to remember.
But I've got it here. At the
Okay.
end of the session, I'll be probably having to itemize a few things. This has been a big session on touching on objects,
Yeah,
more
no.
than usual. Also, there are, as you're going through spending this time, there are also books of interest that are written in common that you can read.
Such as
A book presenting a theory about how water can be transformed into liquid time.
Liquid Time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. Let's grab the book on
Yeah.
Liquid Time.
Did you say you wanted to re-examine the scroll that tried to blind you?
Yeah, that's the next thing.
It is a scroll of protection from lycanthropes, but it seems to say it lasts only while the reader chants the chant. There's a chant that says if you say this chant, you'll be protected from were creatures.
And it's in a language we can understand.
Yeah, that one's common. A book presenting a theory about how water can be transformed into liquid time is in common. A book describing the resonance of the bound spheres is written in common.
Resonance of the bound sphere?
Yep.
Like
Like snow globes, maybe?
It says it does make clear that special spheres containing pieces of other universes are needed.
I mean, like someone from Rom'Myr? That sounds like a piece of another
It
universe.
make clear that special spheres
Oh.
containing pieces of other universes
Oh.
are needed. if you wanted to cast the Resonance of the Bound Sphere spell, that is this book is about.
Whoa, I like that one.
There's a music score called the Imperial Hymn, and another musical score called Devour Me. And that one's written in Duvenku. Both of those are written in Duvenku. My apologies. But the Resonance of the Bound Spheres, the Liquid Time, and the Protection from Were creatures are in common.
I think we should take all these books and the musical scores, maybe give them to, what's his name?
Marquis de
Farthing
Chabin. Well, I guess the ASA has decided that since you put Marquis de Chabanteau, our Farthing they put him to sleep, that he would stay and watch over him in the shrine. That's how we're jettisoning that NPC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not skilled enough to play him right now in this module as an active, interested character, so I got to get him out of the way.
I gotcha.
But yeah, are you wanting to give something to the Marquis? Is that what you were thinking, or Osa?
Well, we didn't get back there yet, right?
No.
So I would. We can talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, good call.
So we got the Scroll of Protection from Lycanthropes. We got a few books on, the Book of Names, book on chemical theory, which is kind of interesting. The history of like this of Devanku and all these, like, book on liquid time.
Can we flip through that one long enough to understand, like, is there a definition of liquid time and its use?
The book presenting a theory about how waters can be transformed into liquid time and used to trap souls. It's very vague.
Any incantations? Any, looks like...
Yeah, it's presenting a theory, but the theory is very vague. As in, okay, I hear what you're saying, I can understand it, but that it doesn't explain to you how. It doesn't appear to you that it explains how to transform water into liquid time. Like you would not be able to follow it, or you would think that it's rubbish.
But we can sell it to some magic user, maybe.
Yeah, any of these would be of value to anyone of interested in history, writing, or books, because obviously these, we're in the Middle Ages.
Anything
So
behind, like, the books? Like, is there
behind
any...
the books? No, all the they were all on the floor. You've been sorting through these through the floor because all the shelves have rotted away and collapsed, which leaves the walls relatively bare and easy to search and view, and you don't see anything else. The only other way would be an extensive search of, like, running your hands along the wall, tapping them, looking closely. But you've been spending all your time looking at the pile of books so far.
Okay.
Do you want to check out the door north of here?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think it's the only one at the intersection that we haven't gone in yet.
Yep. It was locked. That one was locked, right?
Nope, it's unlocked. This one's
It's
unlocked, like the library. Yeah. Only the way in here and the bedroom are locked. As long abandoned pre-germ theory toilets in the subterranean headquarters of ancient murder cults go, it's alright. This one has a stone chair.
This is we're talking about the door to the north.
Yep, it's a long abandoned pre-germ theory toilet in the subterranean headquarters of an ancient murder cult.
It's like a little room.
It's a
Yeah,
loo.
it's a toilet. It's a toilet, but this one has a chair where the other toilet just had a hole.
It's like the boss toilet.
Yeah. That's what's in it. Yep.
All right.
It appears that you've thoroughly explored this northern wing of the shrine?
Aside from the upper part of the kitchen tunnel.
Yeah. Do you want to go back and explore that further?
Maybe just a high level outline. I think our options are go back to the interrogator and try to answer a question truthfully, or explore the tunnel to the kitchen.
I would try.
It appears that out of the questions that the interrogator was asking, some of them that Lumen answered to were not lies, and he wasn't hurt.
I don't think I lied really at all. I said we were travelers, but
That one wasn't the one that did it, that hurt you. The one about your father is the one that hurt you.
oh, well, I was talking about the hidden hand, my father being in the place hereafter, but
Okay, yeah. I mean, whatever you were describing, he considered it untrue.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me that he's not omniscient then, because
Because your biological father is the god of the hidden hand?
No, I guess he was asking. I was talking about, like if you ask Jesus who his father was, he's not going to say Joseph.
He wasn't asking Jesus. He was asking
Lumen, basically
of the
Jesus.
hidden hand.
Basically Jesus.
And you
Dude,
said
there's no
something
distinction
that your
there.
father what was not your father. Your answer was someone who
All
was
right.
not your father. So you got injured.
What did you say? Anders, what did you say to him?
I can't recall.
It was poppycock, though. It was apparent poppycock.
All right, so maybe we know it's kind of a known quantity to go mess around back with the interrogator and the spikes on the door that we would need to uncover or something else. Do we want to go check out?
Gentlemen.
Okay, yeah, same. I will also take a quick break.
Saturday, April 11th.
Do-do-do-do. Nice. It's been recording all this time. Thing's a trooper.
Hey, Jay, can you
Yes.
put that map up again? Because it's blurry and I want to include it. Just hold it up.
Which map?
The second map. Just hold it up nice and still, and then I'll take a screen capture. And no, the other map, the one with the rooms. Okay, a little further back, right there. Good, and just hold and hold. Okay, good. Thank you. And I'll just throw that second map in there. That's much clearer because it's got runes on it or something. And
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And since you have that monocle, that reading device,
yeah,
it's the names of the greater repugnances.
greater repugnances. I love that idea.
That's the ones that are listed. So the interrogator is in the interrogator room, and it shows you. So basically, now you know which room Praetor is in.
Excellent. Well, we
He
want
seems to be listed in.
in the bottom one. Okay.
Yep. And you, the interrogator, is this one.
Oh, good. And there's a little passage to it.
Yep. And so that represents the fireplace flue.
Okay, good.
So you've got a lot of You've got a lot of detail about this shrine now.
That's awesome.
I'm back to. Do we any thoughts on where to go next?
Yeah, Jay just brought up some really good things that I figured out because we had that magnifier.
The squiggly symbol. I
He
got
said,
the very last part of it. Is it like the squiggly symbols represent the named
The name greater repugnance.
scary people? Yeah.
Yep. So it identifies their locations in the tombs. So the interrogator lines up with where you would expect. But this also lets you know where Praetor is, the one that Farthingay says you have to kill.
Got it.
Because he's the one that can lead the armies of the dead out. And he's the one that the witch is planning on getting a hold of. And then here's another part of the deal that Farthingay was saying is that you're lucky that the witch is busy up in the palace. She doesn't think anyone knows of this place.
All right.
So she's not worried about anyone messing with it. And she feels that if anyone messes with it anyways, they're just going to release the dead army and she wins again. So she is busy elsewhere. He lets you guys know. She is in the palace. Fucking around stuff.
Do we want to check out the other path in the kitchen before we start knocking on doors of these ancient weirdos?
I'm thinking that maybe we should wait till we are a few more before we go kicking in the doors with the boss monsters here.
why?
I think that sounds reasonable. At the
I'm
very
level
least,
1 with 1 hit point. That's why.
I think regrouping, at least to rest up before going to kill some thing in a tomb is probably good. Maybe we could check out the other tunnel from the kitchen first. Up to you guys, though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It goes up to above ground, beyond the hunting lodge, a good distance. That makes sense. And it's still night. You can smell the smoke of the burning forest, and the wind has really picked up as the night has progressed. So you know that the fires lit in the forest have in no way could have gone out by now. They could only be inflamed more.
Okay. And there's a grate at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, it goes up straight up,
Yep.
and comes out of the ground. a bit away from the hunting lodge. So if you came out, from it, that anyone